Hey, y'all, what's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing this evening? This is episode number 92 of the Crown and College Show, brought to you by the host of the podcast network, and perhaps more important than the fact that this is episode number 92, this is also our 2-year anniversary show, y'all.
Please clap. This is also commemorated by the fact that Dan has a new laptop and he has sound effects.
Yes, indeed. I've been empowered with the sound effects, just like our friend at the Comic Book Chronicles. Check out, Tim Dog and the crew. Some stuff. I didn't necessarily rip this idea from him as much as I'm just like happy that I can do this shit at all. So,
it's like when you give a kid a new toy.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, this is the 504 representative, Danchrism, aka nigga I'm back home, aka fuck y'all doing, aka the Saints is awful.
Dog, whenever you free and your work, whenever you free from work, dog, you need sound effects, nigga.
Wait, what?
Dog, you need to find that that damn one that Funk Master Flip on that. Ooh, shout out. That shit is so corny, but that shit is so funny.
I need to touchdown Dolphins, just like that. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be a live watching of the Dolphins Bengals Thursday night game. Former Saint Kenny Stills, God, that guy would really be helping the Saints right now if he was on that team. So they are. You know what? Enough about that. Fuck it. Join with me in the studio today, as always.
What's up, y'all? I am Jeremy, a.k.a. Black Dante, a.k.a. Durag Jesus, a.k.a. I'm live on the road in Gentrification Nation, Atlanta, Georgia, on POTUS. And we're going to have a good time. This is the 2-year anniversary. Not in exact, but in date. Because 2 years ago on the 29th, we recorded our first episode of Crown and Collards. It was independent on the 29th. And today is that day. And to commemorate that, it's only right that we have this coon ass nigga on the show. My home and support of the show back when we were doing this shit on our own. Benny, you probably follow him. He ain't with a damn, but I'll let him introduce himself. Go ahead.
My goodness. What's up? I'm Chris, aka Minor Mr. Cole on Twitter, aka the Wolf of All Creek, aka I am not J. Cole, I am not Ray Cash, I am not every light-skinned rapper that y'all talk about.
Wait.
I got a lot of names.
He really does. Like if you could see our group chat from like the past 2 years. We don't call Chris some of every light-skinned black man you could ever find. Like
yeah.
Chris got some.
I have a million names, and I
really does.
swear to God, I never came up with not near one of these at all. And that's cool.
I've given Chris about 25 names.
That's cool because I first met Chris. Jeremy and I were talking about video game soundtracks, and Chris jumped in and was like, "Yeah, that Madden 04 joint was fire." And I was like, "Man, that's just where I was going with this shit, man. That was number one right there as far as I'm concerned."
Right.
That
like,
was
Tony Bruno, the GOAT out here. Like, where is he? Where can we find this white man?
Is Tony still with us? That's a legit question. Is Tony still with us?
Let me see. Tony Bruno. Let me find him on. Oh yeah, the Tony Bruno show is still a thing.
Word. I need to find this.
Yes, at Tony Bruno show. But anyway, we got enough topics to talk about on our own. We just plugged somebody else show. Ain't saying shit about ours yet. Other than the fact that it's our 2-year anniversary today.
Pray for the Saints. I'm just saying.
Come on, why you gotta break up all this shit?
I'm just saying.
Why
go ahead.
Why you gotta bring up old shit, Chris? I'm about to
I'm
kick you
just
off
saying.
the show. About to kick you off
I'm just saying. I'm
the
just
show.
saying. I like to feel concerned for those out
Don't
there
get kicked off the show.
who are hurting. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
This is light skin on light skin violence.
Excuse you? Did you?
Not on our anniversary. Not on.
I
Anniversary.
know I ain't been on in a couple weeks, but did you forget?
Not on our anniversary. Not today.
Yeah.
Did you forget?
Not today.
Did you
Not
forget?
today. Apparently you have.
No, I haven't forgotten shit. Have you forgotten?
Dan, you are not Idris Elba, okay?
Never said
You are
that I
not
was,
touche.
but for
You are
fuck's sake,
not
like,
too-
please respect my dark skinnedness.
You are not 2 shades past of a mailbox, okay? Stop it.
I will say this.
This is verbal abuse.
This is fitting that I'm on the 2-year anniversary because I'm probably the only person that was banned from the show before it was even created. I just like to put that out there.
Yeah, I'll address that. So Chris is the homie, and I love Chris dearly. I love Chris like a brother. But excuse me, hold on. White people. All right. I love Chris like a brother, but I know Chris ain't worth a fuck at all. He is not worth a damn. Like people say I'm a bad friend, and I am because I ain't shit. But like Chris is me times 3. So I banned him from the show before it was even a thought to have him on the show because I knew that having him on the show would bring our property value down at least 50%, if not more.
Jesus,
And
okay.
that's fine because I'm here for the people. But can't ban the beige man. Hashtag can't ban the beige man because we here and we own. That's all I got to say.
Hashtag all beiges matter.
I mean, I don't know what you're really talking about, but
Hold up.
I feel
Not
you.
all.
No.
Hit it. Dog, since you got a new computer, we really need to find a way to put that as a sound effect.
Yeah, I'm gonna work something out. We'll get that shit as a permanent sound effect up in here. That'd be cool. I'll fuck with it.
But today is the 2-year anniversary of our show, and also today is I think the 8th. Aquemini turns 18 years old today.
18 today, yeah.
Man,
18.
Crazy.
One of your fave could never.
That album is old enough to vote, and let me say this: that album would definitely vote for Hillary Clinton. Because they would understand that the fuck nigga Trump can't win no matter what, and it would
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah, but speaking of Hillary Clinton, let's talk about this interview she took with Mary J. Blige right quick, yo.
And let's talk about Mary J. Blige's response. Let's talk about it. Before we get into more Outkast appreciation.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I knew she had a podcast. I knew she had like a show.
Wait. Pause.
Yeah.
Stop the presses.
Yeah.
Mary J. got a podcast?
On Beats Radio, I want to say she has like a podcast where she talks to people. What the hell is the name of it? Intelligence? The fuck? Sir, I want to say, what's the 411? I want to say that. But I've seen like snippets of it on YouTube. Like she's talking to like Taraji P. Henson, Andre Day, the one that be singing. The
one that's not Rihanna. Before.
Exactly. There you go. AKA not Rihanna. There you go. And I've seen her like conduct like real interviews and ask real questions. So I'm like, all right, okay, this might be interesting. Now, when I saw her start singing to Hillary, it just looked so awkward. And I was just like, what is this?
It looked like a cartoon fish into a dog.
And you can tell, like, you look at Hillary's face, she's just looking at her like, okay, you can stop, black person.
You know what it was? It was like when you have family day at the barbecue or like at Thanksgiving and your one of your aunties that knows she can't sing get up and try to perform for the family and y'all like girl if you don't sit down. That was Hillary to Mary.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's just another misstep for Mary J. I mean, remember the new chicken wraps?
Oh, legendary.
All chicken wraps matter.
Dog, Hall of fucking
Legendary.
Fame. Fucking
All around
commercial that
smash.
one was,
Dog,
man.
but was
I
what
just
the killer was that she, I don't know if someone linked her or she was just getting much mentions. She asked, and I think she deleted. Now Mary got fed the fuck up with the Haitian in this dance. Dog, she told us to shut the fuck up and hashtag take that, and crab in a barrel. Not crabs, not barrels, crab in a barrel, and didn't spell barrel correctly. She missed the R. That, we could not have, bravo, we could not have wrote that any better. Bravo, Mary. We could not have wrote that any better.
I got some for y'all.
I feel like this is all Kendu's fault, but that's just me.
New chicken wraps.
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, rich cheeses, red strawberry wrapped up in tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken, wrapped up in
The new chicken snap wraps. Tough.
Who did the beat? Who did this is the real question. Because they the real MVP in this. Who did the beat?
Yes. They are the hero we don't deserve.
Yes.
They are really the hero we don't deserve. No.
I don't think we deserve to know, to be honest.
Fair enough. I think that's fair. But shit,
Hold on, you got to say the whole last sentence over, Jeremy, because you going in and out like a mug. Like it sounded like you falling down some stairs.
I am. What about now?
Better now.
Media
Shit, it's probably. Shit, it might be Starbucks Wi-Fi. Can y'all hear me now?
I can't believe it.
Hello.
This is another good reason why I'm glad to have Chris around, because if Jeremy becomes unlistenable for the rest of the show, at least I got somebody to talk to who could hear me and talk back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like seriously, who did that beat?
Jeremy probably cursing me out right now, and I don't know it.
Like, Dan, find the credits to that commercial because I need to find out who did that beat. Because seriously,
I'll do it later, and if I find them, I'll add you on the timeline. Let's do it like that.
wonderful.
Hello.
What's up?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, for now we can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I moved. Maybe it's better reception here. I'm sitting outside of Starbucks. I have to use their Wi-Fi. Can I talk about how raggedy my aunt's internet service provider is? Can I talk about that?
Right ahead.
Nigga, my auntie, okay, so y'all know it ain't my damn house. It ain't my damn house. My aunt and them have fucking ATT. Nigga.
AT and terrible.
AT and fucking terrible. First of damn all. The damn all internet has been out for like shit, I don't know. I wanna say since fucking Monday. It's been out since fucking Monday. I call AT&T, I call customer service. They asses tell me, now mind you, it's been out since Monday because we had bad weather here. It's been out since Monday. I call them, I don't even get a representative. I get the fucking automated service. These raggedy motherfuckers tell me that a reported power outage has been linked in your area. I'm like, okay, cool. It's been bad weather. I get that. Guess when the fuck these motherfuckers tell me that the shit is gonna be fixed? Mind you, I called they ass Tuesday.
Probably not Monday. Probably not
These motherfuckers,
Thursday.
These motherfuckers said, I called them Tuesday. These motherfuckers said that the power won't be back on until 9 a.m. on fucking Friday, which would be tomorrow. So you mean to tell me, if y'all knew the damn outage was Monday, it take y'all a whole ass fucking week to restore power to our area? A whole ass week? Nigga, Verizon got their problems, but nigga, if I report a problem at 3 o'clock, Verizon will usually have the shit done and fixed by at least 7, at least in time for dinner and scamble. Oh, I can't wait to fucking move, dog. I cannot wait to fucking move.
Yeah, I can't wait for your internet to not be a bird no more.
They sound worse than Time Warner.
Bruh. My aunt's internet is fucking Keisha Cole. Okay.
This guy.
Help me. Look, help the Jeremy move. Okay. Help Jeremy move. Hashtag help Jeremy move 2016. Okay. Thank you. Please, thank you. Pray for me. But anyway. But yeah, that was my soapbox. I'm done. Lead us on, Dan.
All right, so we got some shit to talk about, some other topics and whatnot. Damn, Dalton just threw that bit. Lord, okay.
Oh. Wow.
I'm trying to move the show along, and then 65 yards like this happened.
Man, AJ Green, like, very underrated. Very underrated.
It's because he plays for the Bengals.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Because you got like Odell, AB, and Julio Jones get all the shine. He's right there with them.
Yep, what he did to Revis and
he really
was fucking unfair.
It really was. It's a damn shame what they did to that dog.
Do me a favor, take it. Just one place to carry around my brother.
All right, fellas, let's get information. This debate Monday. Talk about it.
Say something.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, before we get started, since I mean, we already gonna be talking about white people, but dog, I would just like to say, watching white people is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like watching, just watching white people just not have a care in the world. You know, we worried about, not trying to get shot by the police and being disenfranchised and profiled and, not knowing if all women are going to be killed like us or worse, assaulted by the police. We worried about shit like that. Worried about if the police, if something happens to one of our LGBT brother and sister, and that they'll get killed and not even fucking report it because they're LGBTQ. That's the shit we worried about. White people are just fucking amazing. They're worried about what time Starbucks is gonna close. Shit is fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Boy, being white must be amazing. I see why they don't want to give that shit up. I see. We talk about being carefree. No, white people are really carefree. That is the carefreeness that we are not afforded, and we want so bad. we want to wake up one day and not have to worry about if we gonna make it back home or not. White people don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. That shit
right. We do this shit situationally.
Yes, we find joy when we can. White people just wake up with joy because they white. It's amazing. But continue, Dan. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about some amazing whiteness.
So, in that debate, we saw it really shouldn't be a motherfucking contest. I don't understand. See, so Donald Trump let that shit go where Hillary was talking about the taxes and shit like that, and Donald was like, I don't release it because I'm smart, or that makes me smart. Or the time when she mentioned about like the housing bubble collapse and all that shit, and Donald Trump was wanting to get in on it, and he was like, yeah, that's good business. And to think that like ordinary people heard that shit, and like it's two people watched that shit, and they said two different things depending on where they are in life, like how they voting and shit. One person said, yep, that's the guy I'm voting for. And then some other person said, that does it. That's who I'm voting for. And it's like, how do you reach that conclusion, man, after anything this dude says? Like,
because hate for blackness, hate for women, hate for LGBTQ. Dog,
hate for minorities, hate for
just people don't give a fuck. Like,
Man, shit, hateful forward thinking.
Having a poodle for a brand. That's basically what it is. Okay, having a poodle for a brand because it doesn't make sense. There's no logical reasoning as to why you will vote for him if you're gonna vote. Like, there's no. It's unfair to Hillary, to be quite fucking honest, and really insulting. Like, people don't. There are a lot of people,
Right,
especially people of color, that don't like Hillary,
political opponent,
and that don't like Hillary. And you know what? I'm not here to tell those people how to feel, because there are some legit reasons to not like Hillary, especially if you are a minority, and especially if you are a black woman. I'm not here to be overstand Twitter or niggas died on the cross to vote Twitter. I'm not here to be that. I'm not here to be those people, because there are some legit reasons, a lot of legit reasons, honestly, to not like Hillary. With that said, though, and I'm not the biggest fan. I don't hate her. I'm not the biggest fan. I said before, like, me being apathetic to Hillary wasn't even other people's reason. Just for me personally, she didn't move me. I mean, she just didn't move me. Now, like Barack, and he got problems too. We'll talk about that a little later. He got problems too. But the one thing I will say about Barack is that he knows how to galvanize people. He knows how to give a great speech. He knows how to move people. He knows how to galvanize emotions. That he knows how to be a leader. And part of being a leader is knowing how to reach your audience. He knows how to do that very, very well, either good or bad. Hillary just don't captivate you like that. That's my reason. But with all that being said, at the very least, if nothing else, you can say that Hillary is qualified. Whether you like her or not, you can say she's qualified. She has the range. This orange ass imbecile has nothing. He knows nothing about nothing. The only thing he knows how to say is, believe me, we're gonna do it. Believe me, trust me, make America great again. We're gonna do it. Believe me. That's all he knows how to say. And the fact that people,
Chris, let's get your thoughts on this, because I don't want to overtalk.
I've never seen a candidate lie and then get fact checked on the lie and still was like, I could give a shit. Like, yes, I'm still going to say this. Like, I've never seen that ever.
Like, to be honest, go ahead, Chris.
It looked like at some place when I was watching it, it looked like a real live Twitter argument. You know how, like, he was really trying to be jokes over facts, and it was just not happening at all. Like, he was really trying to be like that. Jokes over facts, nigga. Jokes over facts, nigga. Deal with it. Right. No, not today. Not today.
That's not how this works.
And the only person that I feel bad in that whole debate last night is homie who was narrating. He had no control.
I feel bad for him, but then I don't, because I mean, granted, it's hard dealing with a bumbling idiot. I will say that, but at the same time, like, dude, in that situation, you do have power. You're the moderator. You could shut this shit down. He did, if you wanted to. He didn't do that. He basically let Trump punk him. So I feel sorry for him, but then at the same time, I don't. Then did you see him get snubbed for the handshake?
He definitely should have swung his nuts around a little bit more. Been like, look, Donna, you done this shit 4 times now. And I told you over and over again, stop this old bullshit.
Yes.
He could have. So that's why I feel sorry for him, but then I don't.
But that's what made it so funny. It was just like, you batting for this dude, but he couldn't even give you a handshake. Like, come on. That's ridiculous.
Bro, like, he really snubbed him like he had egg on his face. Like, that shit was fucking amazing. Like, he snubbed him like Trump snubbed him like he just went to the bathroom and came out but didn't wash his hands.
Accurate.
But that was the first debate, and of course they had the Negro hour where they brought up race, and to be quite honest, Trump gave the worst answer. Hillary gave a modified version of his answer. She gave a better version of his answer, to be quite honest, which I expected. Like I really didn't expect Hillary to be woke, quote unquote, far as that. I mean, that's part of the reason why a lot of people don't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like these issues are like real fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like not fresh in the sense like, oh, this shit just started happening, but like as far as like us really like bonding together and saying, look, the shit stops now. We about to start doing something about it. Like, turn up, get with us, or get run the fuck over. Is that people got a lot of shit to unlearn, and like everybody who is with us today wasn't with us 6 months ago, wasn't with us 8 months ago, and wasn't with us a year ago, and wasn't with us 2 years ago, and didn't feel these things when we first started really getting the ball rolling on this shit. So, like Hillary Clinton, who she's intelligent, but she also has a particularly colored worldview. Somebody like Joe Biden has a particularly colored worldview. For them to be slow to the take or not as forceful in their words or whatever, that's hard to want to say. You know what? Like I can't fuck with them for it over that. Like somebody who's trying and gets it right more often than they don't is good enough for me. And as long as they continue to try to grow and they continue to try to like atone for what they did wrong in the past and try to be better in moments, you know what I'm saying? That's where we really start to gain people, to get the whole, all right, this person's on board now. Like they got it. Like they're like so it pisses me off more when an old Herman Cain ass nigga or old Sheriff Clark ass nigga or old shit. Who else been on this shit lately? Hell, Brock just did it the other day when he was like, "Oh, was that today?"
Yeah, that was today.
Yeah, he was, talk. Yeah, like earlier today, he was on his old
town hall.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. No. The town hall was yesterday. We just got wind of it, I think, today. Or we just really started talking about that because I do remember that town hall was last night. Hello?
Yeah, man. Like it's the first I've ever heard of it. And I'm not surprised. He probably said something that.
Is Dan still with us?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought did I go out again?
No. I just stopped myself there because
and whatever.
Yeah. But I can to basically give you a summary of it, Chris. President Obama said that he basically said that he basically played both sides. He says he wants Colin and those that are protesting in solidarity with Colin to understand that the way he's protesting or that his protest in period may offend and hurt and those who have suffered the pain of losing those in service to the military. And he kind of tried to clean it up and say, like I said, play both sides. And he says he wants the other side to understand Colin's message too. It doesn't work like that, Barack.
Yeah.
Because the people that are most upset about, like, we spent a whole ass however fucking long, and it kind of maybe died down a little bit now, but we spent a whole fucking nauseum troll period, basically, of people missing the fucking point. You don't care. People that miss Colin's message and are most upset about Colin's message, they don't give a shit about the veterans any other motherfucking day. You vote for the politician that cut their funding. You don't give a shit about them when they come back to this country. You don't you don't know or care about the hardships that they face with the VA and not having health care and not being able to afford jobs and not having disability coverage. You don't care about that shit any other motherfucking day. But as soon as Colin did what he did, then you're mad. you're proving his point, Barack. There's no, and I ranted about this on Twitter. I saw Dan retweeted. I can't remember everything I said, Dan, but goddamn it, that other side, that is a one-way fucking street. That other side, you're trying to get us calling people of color. That other side doesn't give a shit, because if they gave a shit in the first place, it wouldn't be another fucking side. It wouldn't be. I saw a meme or a picture today that summed it up perfectly. If all lives really matter, then why are you not standing with us when we say Black Lives Matter? That's it, Barack. And anybody else that plays that both sides shit, that's it. At this point, it's no two sides to it. It's the right side, which is people of color should be treated fairly in this country. And that's it. There ain't no two sides to that shit. It's the right side and the wrong side. And it shouldn't be on us.
No, but that's really simple. Like,
yeah, and to be
like,
honest,
that's it. Like, go ahead, Chris.
And to be honest, I'm not surprised. Like Hillary, Obama, they doing that. Like, they're politicians. They're gonna play both sides. Now, when our beloved King James plays both sides, that's where it's like,
shit.
That's where it's a problem. That's where it's a problem.
I saw that, and I saw people. I was at work. I was on break. I saw that, and I saw people, as usual, being annoying and being obtuse and saying people are overreacting, and people say he taking his words out of context. No, they didn't. And I love LeBron down, but no, the fuck they didn't. He said, he said, to his credit, he said he worries about his son and his daughter not being confident that they may come home. That's great. That's fine. He could have stopped right there, to be quite fucking honest, but he didn't. He said, not all cops are bad. Is that not all lives matter-ish or blue lives matter-ish? Now, what the fuck, and I hate to use this word because fuck him, because he said this in defense of Nate Parker, but what is the standard? Like, what is the standard? Now, we know that not all bad cops and not all bad police and all lives matter. We know that now. That it's been too long. Like, people ain't stupid. Like, we know that is like you just said, playing both sides, trying to appease everybody the Cam Newton way. We said that shit about Cam, but LeBron gets past now, bro. Like, it's not like, stop trying to, like, people love to like do that shit. Like, when people are mad about something or mad about something they don't care about, they try to play it like people are being obtuse and annoying or quote unquote take shit out of context. Nah, nigga, LeBron said what the fuck he said. Now you can, and to be honest, it didn't send me into outrage and mad. It was disappointing as fuck. To be honest,
that's where I am with it. It was
disappointing as fuck, and that's okay.
Disappointing. At least, like, not disappointing as fuck, like mildly disappointing. Because I mean, it was couched around a lot of good shit. Like he had a lot of good to say, and yeah, like those three words really, like, they fuck with us because they should, frankly. Like, I get it, but
to be honest,
well, it's disappointing.
I try not to lose 2% of a message to 98% of words. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
and that's okay.
Right, but that it's disappointing because he was just at the ESPY standing with CP.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bello. They were trying to take a stand, try to bring awareness to something serious, and then you come right back around with this.
Now,
like, that's crazy.
To be fair, he's kind of consistent because honestly, of those four that was at the ESPYs, him, D-Wade, Melo, and CP3, Melo was really the only one that was more or less hitting the nail on the head, more or less.
Yeah, Melo been woke as fuck with this shit, boy.
Melo been driving the nail on the head.
Like, I know
Melo been driving the nail on the head. Like, the other, like, Bron kind of did the, kumbaya thing. Chris Paul kind of did the kumbaya things, which
I know Wade
surprising
been on him. Like he been, his cousin got shot and shit.
His focus kind of been on, gun violence in Chicago. Now with him, that's fine because, again, he's from Chicago. Like, he legitimately cares and doesn't bring it up to go up against Black Lives Matter and shit. Like, he's not Stephen A. Smith. He legitimately cares about this. But, like I said, Melo was the only one that was really, like, driving the nail on the head. So Bron taking that stance isn't necessarily so surprising, but it's still no less disappointing. Because like Dan said, he said a lot of good shit. Then he fucked it up with, again, those 3 words and the not all cop shit. Like, we know that's coded language. Like, stop trying to be obtuse and make people feel bad for being disappointed in somebody. The same thing people do with Barack. Just being disappointed in Barack does not mean you hate him. It does not mean you don't like some of the stuff he's done in his 8 years. He's not above critique. He's not above saying, "Hey, dog, I love you, but this is fucked up." Like, there's nothing wrong with being disappointed in people. Like, we love Cam Newton, and like, Cam put that shit on his back. It ain't like we, quote unquote, forced unapologetic blackness on him. He took up that mountain.
Right.
He was dabbing and scoring on everybody, and he was well within his right to do it. He knew exactly why he was getting the hate. He knew exactly why people weren't giving him his credit. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing when it was all good. But I don't know whether the Panthers wanted him to be all lives matter or whatever. They literally got a Republican to teach him how to talk about race. And he did a complete 180.
It was the league. It was the league, plain and simple. Because as you can see, last year when he was doing all that, it was convenient to his brand. And right before that Super Bowl, the league came to him and was like, "Hey, you got to change this." And he showed enough did.
And it was his fuck nigga owner too. Like, I mean, I don't know if y'all know this, but every team but the Panthers has in the center of their field like their team's logo. And Richardson, Jerry Richardson, the owner of the Panthers, has the NFL logo in the center of Charlotte's home state. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, he has their the NFL logo. He's got the shield there, and that was his. That I had the chance to own a team, but I mean it's ass kissing when you kissing. So you got this ass kissing ass owner who sat Cam down, rookie Cam, and was like, "If you don't have no tattoos and piercings, please keep it that way." Like,
you have a respectability owner.
Unfortunately for Cam, that's the nigga signing his checks. So like, yeah, he's a fuck nigga. I mean, he's meddling and shit. Like he's like Diet Jerry Jones with his meddling, but
who also did a overnight 180.
So basically, Cam is OJ now.
Yeah, right. But,
I'm not black. I'm Cam.
Oretho James Newton.
he up here dressing like Martha Stewart and shit after games.
Nah, man, nah. When he had on the top
Cam
hat,
gonna catch these jokes.
Nah, when he had on the top hat and that suit, bam,
bro. Now that last one, Cam was out there looking like a goddamn oil pastel with that damn hat, bro.
All he needed
Cam was up there looking like.
All he needed was a cane and start dancing like the WB frog.
No, you know when you go to Zaxby's and you go to the bathroom, they have them damn paintings in the bathroom. That's what Cam's shirt was looking like at the last game. Man, that boy was looking like one of them. That boy was looking like one of them African painters that they have at like restaurants and shit in the bathroom.
I know I got family there, but I want to put the whole state of North Carolina in rice at this point.
Put the whole state in rice and be so everybody that lives in either of the Carolinas, honestly, just if you're protesting, be safe, be aware, come home to your family. Try to do your best.
And I deleted that real mean tweet I wrote about the Panthers cheerleaders, by the way.
Yes.
Wait,
thank you, Dan. Yeah, Chris, it didn't happen.
Yeah,
you deleted it. It didn't happen.
Yeah, nothing exists anymore.
I was like, what?
Out of sight, out of mind. You didn't see it. It didn't happen.
That's right. Yeah. So anyway, shall we move along, fellas? Before we do that, let's pay some bills right quick. Crown and Collards, it's been a while, y'all.
2 years.
My bad for the technical difficulties the past couple weeks and in my absence last week. We were joined by the HNIC Classic Material, and he would love it if I would just like promote some shit so we can keep these shows free. So let's do it.
Yeah, so we gonna
Amazon.com is
kick our ass.
the leading website to do your online shopping on, your online commerce. You buy, sell, all that. Go to CSPN.us, click Keep Our Podcast Free. Scroll down to the Amazon link. Really, you might not have to scroll. It should be the first one still. Anyway, click on that. Do your shopping. Back to school is kind of in full force, but I don't know. Maybe you want to do something fun for Halloween. So go through Amazon, buy your Halloween costume there. Get it early. Don't be like one of these old idiots on October 27th trying to make sure you got something that fits right and is the right thing and that you want and all that other stuff. Get it thought out. Get your Halloween costume on. Also, the seasons are changing in most of the country now anyway.
Yes.
So yeah,
hoodie season is upon us.
Get your hoodies, get your sweaters, get your your boots, all that shit. Tis the season, man. It's about to get cold out here. So make sure you are ready for that by going to Amazon.com via Keep Our Podcast Free link on CSPN.us. Get all of the warm weather shit you need in your world. Everything right of a pumpkin spice latte. You got to go to Starbucks for that. We ain't got no Starbucks promo, so do that on your own time. Anyway,
Amazon is the plug. I swear,
bruh. Like
Amazon just be giving shit away for free, and be giving you the hookup. So why cheat yourself and not shop with Amazon? And in turn, you can do your good deed and help keep our show free. So you won't have to listen to me and Cerrone sound like Chip would.
Man.
All right.
I wouldn't pay for that shit.
Trust me, I'd have been stoppers if I had to pay for that. But yeah, no, like Amazon has a music feature, it has movies, it has the reader. Amazon has Amazon Prime. You can buy some shit, and if it's Prime eligible, you get it in like a day or two for free. Amazon has Prime Now, where you get it in a couple hours. Amazon got the internet going nuts, man. Like
Amazon, like Chris said, Amazon is the plug, dog.
And to think that you can help keep the show free by going to CSPN.us and shopping through Amazon from there. And it don't even cost you nothing. Like the stuff not gonna cost 5 cents more, $1 more.
You know what it costs? It costs free $99.
Free $99. Just go and shop. All you gotta do. But remember, to go and shop, you gotta go to CSPN.us first, then click on the Keep Our Podcast Free link.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
We'll do some more plugs down the line, but let's get back to the show for right now. I see you got a topic on here. I don't really want to discuss this shit though.
I don't either.
More.
I don't either. But I also feel that I would be remiss if we didn't talk about it, to be honest, because not only that, but since we on the theme of like athletes, it ties to another motherfucker that I want to talk about.
Who is it?
All right, we'll fire it up.
Side note, before you begin, have y'all heard what Michael Crabtree had to say about everything? I just found out about this today.
Okay, two things. One, who the fuck is checking for my Crabtree for anything?
Because I think,
like, last time I checked, he's still mediocre. So who the fuck is asking for his opinion about anything? And two, like, asking for Michael Crabtree's opinion on anything is like asking Papoose what he thinks. Like,
yeah,
nobody cares.
You gotta see what he said in particular, though, fam. Chris,
exactly.
Chris, bring it in, Chris.
Basically, in layman's terms, he basically said, "I'm just an athlete. Don't ask me about nothing like that. I ain't Martin Luther King or something to that nature. I could be wrong."
No, you pretty much nailed it.
I was like, "You ain't Martin Luther King." Like, what?
Bingo board.
What does that have to do with
MLK bingo board.
What does that have to do with
respectability bingo board? You know what? Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up because my rookie on my beloved Atlanta Hawks, who I had great promise for, kind of said some similar shit too because of it was media day in the NBA too. While we were talking about LeBron earlier, and the Atlanta Hawks, who people clown the Hawks and Atlanta sports in general, but the Hawks, they do a pretty damn good job, especially when it comes to this shit, especially being that one of their own players, Thabo Sefolosha, was a victim of police brutality when they broke his leg. They do a pretty goddamn good job of being very articulate and quote unquote woke about this shit, which is a direct derivative from the Godfather, Greg Popovich, who Coach Bud was under tutelage, because Pop said some had spoke on it too, and I can't pull up his quotes, but Papa always gets it right, pretty much. Like, if it's one white man I'm gonna stand for, it's Coach Greg Popovich. Greg,
man, Pop been real.
Coach Pop been trilled to the motherfucker. If it's one white man I'm gonna stand for, it's Greg Popovich. That man gets it. That man is woke than a motherfucker. But our rookie, pretty much everybody had value points of Kyle Korver or Kent Bazemore, fucking Dennis, Coach Bud. But our rookie, Teron Prince, he basically said some shit like, I'm aware that bad things happen to our culture, but I basically just worry about me and mine. And I really don't get into that and speak on it much until it gets home. And right, and it was like, that's exactly the motherfucking problem right goddamn there. That's exactly the fucking problem right motherfucking there. Not just with him, but with a lot of dudes, a lot of black people like that in general that covers a bunch of damn issues. Because, man, a lot of us, and I'll never stop bringing this up. We've talked about this on the show for like the past 2 years. We've talked about it in nauseam. I'll never not stop saying it. A lot of black people, and especially black men, we get real Republican when it's not about race. When it comes to gender, when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to LGBT issues, women issues, we get Republican as fuck. We become the white people of black people quick as fuck when it's not about race. As fuck. Like, just think about it. Like, we all information about this shit, about race when Colin did say what he said. And as we should. But dog, where's all this formation and togetherness when the topic is domestic violence, and particularly domestic violence against black women? When is it about anti-LGBT sentiment within our own community? When is it when are we in solidarity for black trans women of color that are murdered at an alarming rate that doesn't get talked about, one, by the media enough, two, by us enough? Where's the solidarity in that? Oh. Ain't funny to you, boy. But continue. But solidarity, though, Black Lives Matter.
Right.
But
only Dwight Howard can fix this.
But it's him and his 155 kids. But don't get me started on that shit. But yeah, niggas like Prince and Crabtree, like, them niggas, like, you just don't care, and that's fine. That's fine. One thing I wish that the media would stop doing is literally going to these players and asking them these shits, because a lot of these dudes are not qualified to talk about this shit. A lot of these dudes, i.e. Crabtree, they don't want to talk about this shit, and honestly, they're not obligated to. I talked about this today too. These players, like, because everybody likes to say, y'all love somebody until they say something you don't like. No, young, long, musty face. That's not it. That's not it at all. People want people to talk about shit that they know what the fuck they talking about. That's with anything. That's with any fucking thing. You don't want a motherfucker that don't know shit about your taxes to speak about your taxes and or do your taxes. That's common fucking sense. The same thing here. People don't have a problem with people speaking when they don't say shit that they don't like. Most of the time, it's not, even if you disagree, it's not even what you say, it's that you don't know what the fuck you talking about. The two are not mutually exclusive. If you're not obligated to say a motherfucking thing you know nothing a fucking about. Take Colin, for instance. Colin, that's one thing that I love about Colin and impresses me. He always been kind of quote unquote woke, but he took his time. You saw the progression. He wasn't, because this isn't quote unquote new to him. It's new to us, or a percentage of us. But Colin took his time. It didn't happen overnight. He talked to people. Again, we got to keep that nigga away from Sean King. But he talked to people. He did his research. He did his Googles. He read things. He actually used his brain and thought before he spoke. Whenever they asked Colin about this shit, Colin is always articulate. Colin is always sounds like he knows what the hell he's talking about. That's all people ask. We ask, even if we disagree with you, at least have some sort of thought or have some sort of repertoire or articulate something where it's like, okay, you did your Googles. That's all people ask. When you don't do your Googles, you get Cam Newton. When you don't do your Googles, you get Stephen A. Smith. When you don't do your Googles, you definitely get Charles Barkley, who is ignorant and is proud of being ignorant. That's what you get when you don't do your Googles. That's all people ask is do your fucking Googles before you speak. And if you don't do your Googles, you know what?
You get Jason Whitlock.
You get that fat waste of sperm.
Motherfucker.
I wish dog, if I ever see Jason Whitlock, I swear for God, I'm
It's
gonna punch him
on
dead in his
site.
goddamn eye. Fade on fucking sight. And I mean that shit. I put that shit on blood. I swear to God, if I ever see Jason Whitlock before I leave this earth, I'm gonna punch that nigga dead in the goddamn jaw. Swear to God. But people just want you to do your fucking Googles. And if you don't do your Googles, if you don't know shit, guess what? You don't have to say shit. There is power in knowing when to shut the fuck up. Your freedom of speech is shutting the fuck up. If you don't know shit, you ain't got to say shit. Now ain't nobody forcing you to say shit if you don't know and if you don't want to. But when you step in that arena, when you choose to speak, and you don't know what the hell you talking about, people gonna have a problem with it.
Yep.
That's common sense. But people, it's especially on social media, people, I don't know if they don't. I don't know if their followers get to them. I don't know if it's that fact that they ugly. I don't know if it's the fact they ain't got no edges or no hairlines. But people love to like be extremely annoying and obtuse and act like people. It's like when a celebrity dies. And people go, well, y'all weren't talking about them yesterday. Like, people just love to do that shit. It's this false sense of feeling like you're superior or quote unquote smarter than people that some people, especially on social media, just have. And 9 times out of 10, they're usually ugly. So, I don't know. Box that up with God, but shut the fuck up and leave us alone.
Bruh.
Yeah.
It's just, But anyway, speaking of athletes and annoying niggas, and what else we want to talk about. Speaking of not speaking of solidarity or lack thereof, Derrick Rose, if you haven't known,
I don't want to do this.
has been accused of rape.
I don't want to do this.
I know, man. Derrick Rose has been accused of rape and gang rape at that by his victim, Jane Doe.
Yeah.
And I want to take that, and I want to specifically say Jane Doe because it is very disgusting. And we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves, but it's very disgusting that the judge has said that the victim must show up and release her name to the public, like that's not opening her up to more potential harassment and danger. But me and black men, we believe in the system when it ain't us. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to women and rape and assault shit, we believe in the system then, but not when it's us getting shot. We know it's some bullshit then.
Wants that. Yeah, his legal team wants that. They want her to reveal herself and her identity because they feel as though she is just doing it, of course, for you know what? Because instead of it going to a regular like federal trial, she's doing it in a civil court trial. That's the only reason why they're doing it, and it's still kind of messed up.
It's very fucked up. It's very fucked up, and
very messed up.
And allegedly today, a quote unquote friend of hers, quote unquote, has come forward and said that she, the victim, is only doing this to extort money for Rose. Now,
wow.
Couple of things. One, what kind of fucking friend are you? If this person even exists, what kind of friend are you that your friend tells you they've been sexually assaulted and you go, bitch, you lying? Like, and then on top of that, go forward to the press and say, nah, this bitch lying. What kind of friend are you, number one? And two, don't if you're saying she's lying and extorting money, trying to extort money, can't the same be said about you? Because the media does pay for these stories now. The media does pay you for these stories and these excerpts and you speaking and shit. So if you trying to expose somebody else, don't you think you could be open up to that same exposure? This quote unquote friend. I'm the only one is it me? Am I crazy, y'all? Am I retarded? Is it me? Or is it me, or is there something like that that just don't click? Because even if you, again, shutting the fuck up is free and your First Amendment right. Shutting the fuck up is freedom of speech. Even if you think Derrick Rose is innocent, or you don't, it's okay to say I don't know. But even if you say I don't know, if you read those court transcripts and see what Derrick Rose said, which is ironic because he can't read, but if you look at those transcripts, at the very least, whether he's guilty or not, those transcripts are very damaging. They're very problematic. His own quotes about this shit are very, 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 very damn telling. Like the dude say he don't know what consent is. Like if that's not a fucking red flag, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Like the motherfucker said he don't know what consent is. Now, of course, he can't read, so of course he cannot read words and understand what they mean. But the motherfucker said he don't know what consent means.
From the pieces of the story that I read, it just makes him look so bad, man. Like he was messing with Shawty, and then she got drunk, and I think his man's kind of had a quote unquote field day. It's just so bad, and it just
It's
makes
similar
so,
to Nate. It's very similar to Nate Parker.
Really?
It's very similar to Nate Parker. Like it's like eerily similar to Nate Parker. So look, I don't know if Derrick Rose is guilty or not. In my opinion, fuck that nigga. In my opinion, because at the very least, his comments alone, whether he's guilty or not, his comments alone are damaging enough for me to be like, yeah, at the very least, this motherfucker waved a nigga in to rape this young lady. And that alone, like with Nate Parker, that alone is troubling enough. But this is what I do know. One, rape is a very low percentage that victims even come forward. Me being a victim of sexual assault and inappropriate touching myself, it's very rare that we even come forward because people aren't done. Like rape victims, assault victims, whatever, we're not done. We know the stigma. We know that society really doesn't give a fuck about us, especially women. We already know. We already know that the system, as much as we know that the system isn't for people of color, the system is equally not for women either. Like the shit are not mutually exclusive. We know this. So a lot of victims don't even want to go through that trauma of going to the police, who we already don't trust and shouldn't trust in the first fucking place. We don't go to police. You know, we don't want to go through that trauma. We don't want people potentially harassing us, i.e. that, which is why it's messed up that the judge is basically saying that the victim has to reveal her identity. We don't want to go through all that re-traumatization. We don't want to recall what happened 50 fucking times. People don't want to go through that when they've already been victimized enough already. That's what I do know. It's not reported. It's not reported enough, and the number of it being reported is very low. What I also know is of that percentage, an even lesser percentage of them actually are convicted. Of the assaulters are convicted. Or what I also know is it's an even lower percentage than that people are lying about it. So I don't know if y'all know how math works, but if it's already low, then lower than that, yeah, there's a pretty good chance this motherfucker's a rapist. And like, you can cheer for him and want him to play basketball and all that. That's fine because society rewards men that commits crimes against women, like already, like that's, and we'll get to this in a minute, like Roman Polanski, R. Kelly, what's the dude from Seinfeld? What is his name? Charlie Sheen. Like, people reward scumbags all the time. Society rewards scumbags all the time. Nate Parker, who we'll talk about in a minute. So, like, you don't have to down a cross, like, to be like, oh, what about his career? What about him? Like, you don't have to down a cross for assaulters because society does that for you already. Just watch him play basketball. And when you see people talking about his transgression, just shut the fuck up. Because basically, you're just trying to win some kind of fake moral, we are all human and make mistakes ass bullshit. Like, just watch the nigga play sports. The nigga, at the very least, is a co-conspirator in rape and gang rape, at the very least, if not more. That alone enough should be like, okay. Or the fact that he doesn't even know what, he says he doesn't know what consent is. That enough should be for you to be like, okay, all right. I enjoy you playing basketball, but you on your own, buddy.
The misogyny alone in this story is like mind-blowing.
Well, Chris, you know, society will have to give a fuck about misogyny and women in general.
Like,
and we don't do that, so, you know, what are you going to do?
I mean, this was low-key, like, this could have been almost sodomy at it. If the way they were describing the story, and I was just like, what? And
yeah,
mind you, it could be a whole slew of other athletes and other like celebrities and other dudes that's doing some stuff like this. That's borderline. That's riding that fine line, and we don't know about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's what's mind blowing to me.
Everybody knows an assault survivor. Nobody knows an abuser. Somebody lying.
Exactly.
Somebody lying.
Exactly.
Somebody lying or somebody hiding. Or both. I didn't mean that for that to rhyme intentionally, but hey, work with it. And speaking of dying on the hill, today, Nate Parker had another interview where he talked about his alleged assault and rape. And, you know, he's given 3 interviews about the shit now. The one when it first happened where he was basically like, my name been in it, I ain't in it, and I've grown, and it was a troubling experience for me. Not the victim that killed herself because of this shit, but it was troubling for you. And you're a good black man now because, you know, you have a wife and kids and daughters. You know, he went there, and then he had another interview where he learned a bunch of terms overnight, like massage noir, and sexism and patriarchy, and rape culture. You know, he took a crash course on feminism, and a lot of people had hope for that. I was like, all right. And I'm not trying to be one of the cynical people that I was just talking about, but I was just like, okay, I get you want to have hope, and I get you want to have a redemption story. I don't have a problem with that, but don't put all your eggs don't put all your eggs in this basket. And lo and behold, today he comes out with another interview where he says he don't feel like he guilty.
Oh man.
No, like at this point, I ain't even talking about him because fuck him. But dog, at this point, if you're one of the people that want to go see the movie, just go see the damn movie. Don't argue with people that's like, fuck this nigga, because like, dog, the only reason that he didn't get convicted of this shit, he probably would have got convicted of the same lights tap on the wrist that his homie got, which was 6 months or a year or whatever. Like, the only reason he didn't get convicted of this shit is because the judge figured that because he had sex with the woman prior, that he couldn't commit rape. Like, that's legit the judge's own fucking words. Like, nobody's making that up. So, dog, like, at this point, just, if you want to see the movie, just go see the fucking movie. Like, it's, me personally, I don't think it's going to be this revival of black consciousness or wokeness and white people or whatever the fuck people are making this movie out to be. I'm not saying I don't think it's. I'm not saying I don't think it's not gonna be a good movie, but dog, it is not gonna.
Slave movie.
Yeah, it's not gonna make white people woke.
It's just another slave movie, just like that movie they came out with Matthew McConaughey, as he was like the white slave. He was the white savior. Nah,
like dog,
I'm all the way good.
Like dog, it is not. This movie is not. Yeah, the story is important, but dude, you could read the fucking book. Like there are other avenues that you could learn about Nate Parker and about this story where you don't have to die on this cross for this nigga or this fucking movie. Like I saw, like dog, you don't have to be on some like they don't want you to see shit. Like we get it, okay, we get it. The original was whitewashed. It made the Klan out to be heroes. We get it. We need the real story. We get it. Dog, you could read the fucking book. You could find other avenues to learn about Nate Parker. Like, dude, they even added a fucking rape scene in the movie that ain't even in the fucking original nor the book. Like, that don't click with you. That don't register or something with you. Like, hey, maybe these ain't the niggas we need to die on the cross for. Like, dude,
I'd rather people read than to watch the movie, because that way you can actually have a conversation about it. Just see it and just forget about it next week or two.
Right, like dog, just go see the movie. Like, you don't have to die on a cross. Like, this movie is not gonna make white folks woke. this movie, I promise you, as good a film as it's gonna be, and probably
if 12 Years a Slave didn't do it,
nigga.
That's and I've seen 12 Years a Slave in the movie theater. I was just like, yeah, I'm done.
Dog, this movie is not gonna make white folks woke. I promise you, no matter how good it is, this shit is not gonna make white folks think about Black Lives Matter. I promise you, it's not. It's not gonna be this great awakening of white social conscience where they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I see why they mad. No, if they ain't got it by 9, they ain't gonna fucking get it. And those that already got it or trying they're already with us. Okay, so dog, it's just a movie. Go see it. Like, your boy who you want to see is a rapist, and at the very least, a co-conspirator of rape. So like, just go see the fucking movie. You don't have to jump through these hotep ass hurdles to defend why you want to go see the movie. Just go see the movie, dog. Just go see the movie. Cause like Trey Songz, who did wonderful during the debate, because somebody tried to
What was that about? Because I saw his tweets and I was like, is he accurate? Like, what is he doing?
Like, he was during the debate, some egg gone fishing ass Abby tried to challenge him and talking about he should be quiet, and he said, basically, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna talk about my people and their oppression, yada yada. And I saw that, I was like, okay, that's good, Trey Songz. Then the very next goddamn day this morning, he was talking about Birth of a Nation on his Instagram, which is perfectly fine, saying it's a good movie, people should go see the movie. Perfectly fine. Somebody commented on his status about, I'm not gonna support it because Nate is a rapist. And this motherfucker says
Nate was trying to buy NBC.
Right, basically, he was just trying to buy NBC. Why bring it up now? Nate was acquitted. Like, like, as if just because you're acquitted of some shit means you're innocent. Hell, Zimmerman was acquitted. We know that motherfucker killed Trayvon. We know this. Like, which again? Black men, straight black men, cishet black men. We believe in the system when it comes to women's issues and the LGBT issues, but we don't believe it when it's us getting shot and or them, because they get killed too. Like, they trying to kill all of us. Like that. Look, like, that's one thing that it doesn't necessarily send me to outrage, but I kind of side eye when people talk about Black Lives Matter and they only mention black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, on a minor level, I don't really have a problem with it, because I am a black man. They do shoot us, but then in the bigger picture, I'm like, yeah, no, you could have just said black people, because they're killing all of us. Black men, straight black men, gay black men, black women, children, LGBT people. They're killing all of us. So it's like, yeah, you could have put black people or people of color. It's not that difficult. We, like Dan said before, we don't need to monopolize this shit, because they're killing all of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just been very disheartening. It's been very disheartening, and yet at the same time, not surprising to see niggas become very Republican over Derrick Rose, over Nate Parker. Just go see the fucking movie and root for the nigga playing basketball, dog. Like, you don't have to die on these soapboxes, these hotel ass soapboxes for these niggas.
And I told you for years, Jeremy, that people got to separate celebrities from what they do and from who they really are. That could be two different people. You can separate the two, and some people don't want to do that.
Yeah, some people don't want to do that. Some people can't. You know what I mean? Like, it ruins their bubble of what they think this person is or how dope they think this person is, and not understanding that these people are human. You know what I mean? Like take me for instance. Like, shut the hell up, Dan. Cause I already in advance just shut the hell up. Like,
wasn't gonna say shit.
If you were to meet me today, you wouldn't think that I used to be ashy as fuck. Like, if you met me today, you wouldn't think that I used to say homophobic shit. You wouldn't think that I used to call someone's sexuality a lifestyle. You wouldn't think that I had misogynistic and sexist undertones. And that's another thing. Like, people think that because you're not Donald Trump outrageously sexist or homophobic or misogynistic or transphobic. People think because you're the watered down version of it, that doesn't mean it's not still wrong. You know what I mean?
Listen, Jeremy, you were just living your life like a true hero under God. That's all you was
Chris,
doing.
I swear to God, I hate you with every fiber of my body.
Like a real true hero under God. That's
Chris,
the
I hate
only
you
way
with
you
every
can
fiber
live.
of my body. I really do, Chris. I really hate you.
And that's fine. When we see the growth.
Like, when I come to DC or when you come to Atlanta, I love you like a brother, but I don't want you literally to kick you in the knee. I swear to God, I am.
And that's fine. But I'm just letting you know, like, you was living your life like a true hero of the God. And that's all true heroes of the God. That's how they act. That's how they act. And I'm just proud of you, brother. You've grown from that. You know what I'm saying?
I really do not like you, Chris. I swear to God, I don't.
I'm just saying. I get it. I get it.
I really do not like you. I love you, but I do not like you.
I get it, bro. I get it.
Anyway, like I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying. Damn you, Chris. You made me lose my damn train of thought. Pick it up, Dan. Chris, one of y'all, shit. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I've been talking enough.
I get it. Hey, listen, I get it. Especially when, like, a lot of these bloggers, they do, like, these think pieces on some of these celebrities. And they be like, you praise this celebrity and all this, but did you know that they did this and this and that? I probably did, because why? I probably have seen their biopic or probably read the biography if I was that much of a fan of these people. So it's like, you can separate the two. There are a lot of people that I'm fans of that I wouldn't give two shits about meeting or wanting to have a conversation with, because as great and talented as they are, they're pieces of shit as people as well. And that's fine. We can have both. That is totally fine with me. Some people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's your right. And I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like that. I can separate the man and the music, so to say, and then I can't. Like, perfect example. Perfect fucking example. Hello. Perfect example. R. Kelly and Michael Jackson. Two perfect examples. Niggas.
So R. Kelly, man, I'm at the point now where, like, I've deleted, like, it's a couple of his songs that are on playlists that I made that, like, they just fit the framework of the playlist. But, like, his just album cuts, his deep cuts are gone. Like, that shit's not in my library anymore. Just because I can't hear it. Like, we say, separate the art from the artist. I'm like,
I
no,
can't do that with him.
the artist made the art. Now, if it's a singular transgression where it's like, oh, like C Murder went and killed a nigga. Like, I mean, I don't like seeing niggas die. Like, I hate, you know, seeing crime in our community, blah blah blah. But I'm not finna be like, man, that's C Murder nigga, man. He rapped about this shit all this time.
Yeah.
And then he actually went and pulled the trigger on the nigga. So I can't put like, no. R. Kelly was doing some vile, like, unforgivably heinous shit to like someone's kid, man. Like, who was still a kid, not, you know, not
4
yeah,
years.
like not in the sense of, oh, like you still somebody's child. No, like this was somebody's actual, like, still like fucking like ninth grader.
Right. Like,
Right.
for me, I cannot. And when you listen to his music and you think about what he did, like, I can't separate those two. I can't. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, I can't. Some people can, and that's fine. I really don't have a problem with that, honestly. What I have a problem with is when people, again, jump through these hotep-ass loops to defend this nigga and defend what he did. That's what I have a problem with. And also, while we're on the subject, Michael Jackson. Now, when Michael was going through what he was going through, I was younger. I didn't know much. I don't have an understanding about crimes committed against women and children and the system. It was, you know, I didn't know back then what I know now. And especially in light of Cosby, it would be hypocritical of me to say, yeah, Cosby's a rapist. There's no way that many people can accuse you of one thing for so long and then not have some credence to it. And then in the same token, now with my understanding, being like, oh, fuck that, Michael completely innocent. Honestly, I don't know. What I will say is, Michael, even when I was younger, I didn't necessarily believe him, but I also thought Michael was weird as fuck. Now that I did. And even though I love him down and love his music, I always thought Michael was weird as fuck. And revisiting that case with those kids, again, I don't know, but I'm not as quick to say, because people do bring that up a lot to kind of pit Michael and R. Kelly against each other, or anybody that does wrongdoing for that matter, like R. Kelly versus Roman Polanski. It's like they're all horrible human beings.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure Mike wasn't a horrible human being. Like, I don't know. I will say this. Unfortunately, I do think it's a good chance he did touch those kids. With that said, I can separate him from the music, one, because his music just didn't reflect that. Like, if anybody was all lives matter, it was Michael Jackson. He was very pro-black, but at the same time, a lot of his music was some kumbaya, heal the world and shit from a, like, pro-black place, if that makes sense. But I can separate him from him potentially molesting kids. I can't do that shit with R. Kelly, because R. Kelly literally talked about sex, and we know he was raping underage girls, black girls. We know this. So I can't separate that from the music. So some people can, Chris, to your point, some people can, and that's fine. Some people also can't with certain people, and that's also fine. Like, at the end of the day, a good 95% of these motherfuckers are flawed and horrible humans. Exactly. At the end of the day. And you just got to pick your poison and roll with those punches. It's like with progressiveness.
I understand R. Kelly. I definitely understand that. But I understand that because when you look at
that nigga.
Like, man, I remember watching the tape, and I'm just like, he's really doing
it with his brother. No, nigga, it was you. He said that. As a matter of fact, he said that with his. Speaking of that, he said it with his brother. Brother ain't nowhere to be seen. If it was your brother, where he
Wait
at?
a minute. He really said this? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Nappy cornrows and all. That was all him in that whole video.
Yeah, he said, I mean, he kind of dropped it because people were like, nah, nigga, we ain't that stupid. But, well, people that gave a fuck. But yeah, he tried to say that shit with his brother. Meanwhile, brother ain't nowhere to be found. You ain't never seen R. Kelly and his quote-unquote brother in the same place ever.
Exactly. So both of y'all got undone cornrows, nappy dirty cornrows. Right. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Both of y'all got pre-Trey Songz cornrows. That what you saying?
Right now, halfway done, and your hair out on one side. Like, come on.
Right.
So I definitely understand how y'all feel about R.
It
Kelly. Like
it
I
can't
definitely understand that.
it can't be two niggas that look like he looked in the I Wish video at the same time. It can't be.
Yeah.
Come on and
That's
break
crazy.
my hand. Come on and break my hand.
Fuck that nigga. Hey man, that's really all I got. Like, love the nigga music. Step in the name of love if you want, but that nigga is fucking trash. And that is one artist I cannot separate the art from the crime. And hey, it is what it is. Some people can, some people can't. You just don't have to go on a hotel soapbox to defend that nigga. That's all. Or
That's
any
all.
of these
Me
niggas.
too. That's all I'm saying too. Like, please don't go on no come with no BS. How you try to defend him when you
Don't go
can't
on,
really see for what it is? Like, this
yeah,
is what he really does.
don't go on no over for anybody that commits, you know, a crime or something egregious like that. Like, you know, don't just all I ask is don't go on no old excuse me, y'all. Not that I know of, but it's a SunTrust straight down the street. But yeah, there's all I ask is you don't go on no damn overstand ass defense of this nigga. Like him, Nate Park, any of these niggas. Like it is what it is, dog. Like just support the niggas. The niggas are be okay with some people. The fact that some people just ain't gonna be okay with that shit.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Like when black men try to enter realms of talking about women's issues or LGBT issues, like everybody ain't gonna fuck with you like that on that shit. And to be quite honest, one, they don't have to. Two, it's been a history of people, whether offline throughout history, like any privileged group, anybody from a privileged group that's trying to advocate and speak for or with a marginalized group, there's gonna be some pushback. Like,
especially when these women didn't ask or wanted your goddamn bullshit ass opinion.
exactly. Like I was listening to a podcast. I'm not gonna name the name of it, but it was a bunch of dudes, bunch of black men, and they were talking to someone, and they were saying one of the things that they hate, well, at least on Twitter, is that when black men try to come into these areas and have a conversation and quote unquote offer a different perspective or quote unquote try, that it's a wall or it's pushback or people, you know, give them attitudes and shit. It's like, dog. It's like, dog.
Right.
Listen.
This is how you, whenever you, this is how you know when a man is trying to, like, I guess, implement how he feels on those conversations. Whenever
Instead of just listening.
Right, whenever he starts off with, well, maybe if you did this, or maybe blah blah blah, or maybe you just shut the fuck up. Like,
right, even like well-meaning dudes, like, my nigga, listen. There has been, just like with us, there's been a history throughout this society, throughout this world, of injustices towards people of color, women, children, LGBTQ people. It's the same thing we were talking about earlier with Barack. Like, that conversation or that other quote unquote side that you're trying to get people to understand is bullshit. They don't want to have a conversation. You don't want to have a conversation. You say people just want to argue or shut you out. That's literally what you're doing. How the fuck are you, for instance, as a cisgendered person? I know Twitter hates words, but you know, half of y'all like Tyrese. But as a cisgendered person, how the fuck are you to quote unquote offer another perspective or quote unquote an opinion on a transgender person's livelihood, when you know how marginalized transgender people are? You know this. You either know it and are just being willfully obtuse, or you don't care. Who the fuck are you to tell somebody that, hey, I hear you, but what about this? You know what I mean? Like,
I do
I
you one.
hear you.
I do you one better, Jerz. I do you one better, Jerz. How are you as a black man going get mad at a white dude or a white person when they try to implement how they feel towards you, and you talk about something you can't relate because you're not black, and then you do the same thing to
Is
a
the
woman.
exact
You do the
same
same
thing.
thing to a woman, and she looking at you. Well, you won't understand because you're a man, and then you get mad at that response. That is irony at its best.
That is irony. That's privilege. That is peak privilege. Like, that's all it is, dog. Like, you cannot. Granted, a black woman or a gay black man or a transgender person can't tell me how to be a cis-het black man. Granted, that's entirely true. They can't tell me how to be me. But in the scope of privilege, I damn sure can't tell them how to be or how to feel. Because you know what? While I may be marginalized for the color of my skin, I'm still a male that was born as a male and identifies as a male. I have privilege in this country as far as gender and sexuality goes. And then I'm heterosexual. I have privilege. I don't have to worry about somebody calling my sexuality a lifestyle. I don't have to worry about someone. Not that it doesn't happen.
Disagree.
Right. I don't have to, not that it doesn't happen, but I don't have to worry about someone assaulting me because of what I wear. Sexually assaulting me because of what I wear or what I got on. I don't have to worry about somebody calling me and my sexuality what's quote unquote wrong with America. I don't have to worry about somebody passing fuck ass laws trying to regulate what fucking bathroom I fucking go to and then hiding it behind what about the fucking kids or what about the women or whatever this bullshit that people really, most people really don't give a shit about when it comes to that shit and that HB2 rule or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I don't have to worry about that shit. So, yeah, you can't tell me how to be a straight black man. Granted, you can't tell me how to do that. But I damn sure, in the scope of privilege and all that I'm afforded by being a straight male, I cannot tell you how to feel about street harassment. I can't tell you how to feel about misrepresentation. I can't tell you how to feel about bathroom law. I can't tell you how to feel about people calling their sexuality a lifestyle and then hiding their bigotry behind their opinion and shit. I can't tell you that shit. That's not the way privilege works. That's not the way marginalization works. And nobody wants to admit that shit or talk about that shit. People that, even with quote unquote well-meaning people, and this is in any field, with white people trying to empathize with black people, men trying to empathize with women, men, cisgender men and women trying to empathize with LGBT and transgender issues. Like, you're coming from a place of privilege. There's gonna be people that don't fuck with you just based on that. And you know what? That's well within their right. Just like it's well within our right to be like, yeah, white people, it's okay you're trying to come to the cookout, but nah, you ain't gonna get it. And there's been too many of you that have tried to get it only for trying to be the quote unquote special snowflake. And like, I get it. That's why when people talk about fake black male feminists, I don't get mad, because we've seen that recently. We've seen that. We see evidence of that. Like, I don't get upset. I don't get upset about black women quote unquote generalizing black men or men that do speak on this shit or, speak on these issues and actually know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't get mad when they don't put a qualifier like some or all. That's your insecurities. Because who we don't, not all, and we don't give that not all credence to? Cops and white folks. We don't have shit to say about generalizations when it comes to getting white folks the fuck out of here. But when it comes to black men, when it comes to us, hit it, Dan, hit it.
No!
When it comes to us, we care about not all and generalization and all that shit. We care about that shit when it comes to us. We care about that shit when it comes to us, but we don't have no problem giving a fuck about how white people feel and about generalizations, as we should. But the point being, Again, that's privilege. That's us being the Republicans of black people. That's us being full Republican when it's not about race and when it's about gender and sexuality. Like, at this point in this juncture, you would think that we would get it, because as much as I talk shit and as much as the shit gets on my nerves, at the end of the day, I do care. And I do want us to be better for everybody, not just us, not just straight black men. I want everybody to be free. That's why I speak on this shit, because I care. And like, I've gotten to the point where it's been people that don't fuck with me no more that I've noticed since I speak out a little more on this shit. I've noticed that. Shout out to y'all with no names added, but whatever. It's cool. Like, I've gotten to the point where I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm human, so, you know, shit used to get to me, but like, I don't care. Like, if you don't fuck with me because I speak on this shit, to quote DeRay, like, if I have to hide me talking about LGBT issues, transgender issues within the scope of what I know and what I can say, and not trying to be the dismissive snowflake of black male feminists or whatever the fuck, like, if me speaking up on this shit causes you not to fuck with me, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. If me speaking up and showing out for women, for LGBT issues, that causes you not to fuck with me, fine. So be it. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, because I would rather keep my integrity and speak up for people that speak out for me than to not say shit at all, for the sake of appeasing people that don't give a shit about anybody but themselves.
Oh, man. Motherfucking message.
Whew.
Motherfucking
I'm talking this. I feel like bad because
we need
Go ahead,
gunshots after that. We need gunshots after that. Goodness gracious.
I ain't got gunshots. I got this.
I feel bad this episode because I feel like I monopolized the conversation. I feel bad.
Oh no, you
No,
was
man,
on, and we
it's
just
good
let you
because
have the floor.
Remember the Derrick Rose shit? I barely wanted to speak on because, like, increasingly, man,
Because
this happens. Like, my sentiments become, man, fuck that nigga, man. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't care. Like, for the notions and the
the
people
hotepness.
just kind of blindly idolize. Like, I can't rock with what these niggas doing, man. Like they motions and they stations, man. I can't really, I can't sit with them. And
You can't unlock the Wi-Fi password.
basically,
And
like,
you don't want to.
like these niggas is garbage, and like the celebrities, man. With the exception, man, ain't no rehabilitating them niggas, man. Like,
Exactly, and that's the sad part. Derrick Rose ain't the first, and he won't be the last that you involved in something like this. That's what's the sad part.
It's a culture. It's systemic.
Yeah, especially if you are a celebrity and you feel like you got the money and the power and the influence to do this.
Exactly, the prestige and the power of sway. Look at the fuck nigga Darren Sharper. Like, I hate even bringing his name up, man, because I know,
man,
he played in New Orleans for 2 seasons, dog, and I know women plural, like, and not just 2. Like, I'm talking like maybe a couple dozen at least, who, like dude, thought he was attractive, and I mean, like, conventionally handsome dude or whatever, older guy, what have you.
And he took advantage of that and raped them.
Right, like, and not that none of his victims, I don't think, was anybody I knew anyway. I sure as hell hope not. Not that don't bring no comfort. The fact is, he still has victims, like too many of them.
Right, one is one too many.
Right. So, I don't know, man. Like, I don't.
It makes you have it disheartens you to find out that people are trash, and then it disheartens you to find out that people will stand in solidarity with trash yet demand solidarity from other people. Like, this is what we do. This is what black men. This is what we do. Like, we like I say, we information for race. We're information when it comes to race. We're dismissive as fuck when it's not about us. Then when push comes to shove, who's there for us? Black women or black LGBT people in period. Like, you look at black protests, Black Lives Matter, Campaign Zero, whatever, like just black liberation in period, like a lot of it is not heterosexual black male centered. You know what I mean? Like, at least far as the leadership and stuff goes, this shit being run by women, this shit being run by gay black men, transgender women of color. Like, this shit is being run by people that are the most marginalized within our community. You know what I mean? So, and to be quite honest, I have no motherfucking problem with that, because you know why? For the most part, a lot of times it's the people that don't have the biggest voice that speak the loudest and speak the truth. And I don't have a motherfucking problem with that. Moi, bravo. Please clap.
Please clap.
That says a lot about the brothers.
That says a lot about us, because
brothers, man.
Like, I don't even talk about it a lot on Twitter. Like, I speak on, but like, I don't like beating the dead horse, even though it's a horse that deserves to be beaten. But like, dog, we do shit. It speaks a lot about us because we do shit. We want our liberation, but we don't either we don't care about the liberation of others that's within our community. Two, we impose our privilege and actually contribute to the oppression of people in our community. Yet, when those people in the community, because like when it's a black woman that says, you know what, it's actually not infinite love that I have, the black men in my life that get it and are trying and that love everybody, I'm gonna fight for you, but the rest of these niggas, they can go. When a black woman says that, or a black LGBT member says that, what's the first fucking thing we say? Oh, these black women don't really love us.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
like that old fuck nigga, buttery ass.
He don't even deserve. He don't even deserve.
I'm gonna say that nigga name. So give him one and get blocked by him or whatever the fuck he gonna do. But yeah, fuck that nigga talking about, oh man, these women, they don't really care about us, and man, will you like
fuck that nigga? That's the end of that. Anyway, moving on.
Fuck a dick with frosting on it, man. Like, god damn, like
hilarious. But like, that's the first thing we say. It's like, dude, it's only so many times. Maybe not you on an individual level. Maybe you aren't an overt misogynistic, sexist, homophobic, anti-LGBT black man. Granted, maybe on an individual scale, that's true. And you know what? We're not to give you a cookie for being a decent fucking human being, but you know what? Bravo. Congratulations. You're not a piece of shit. Shout out to you. You're not a piece of shit. Guess what? For every one of you, there's at least 3 more people, black men, that are the exact opposite of you. So you know what? That's out of four, including you, 3 of them are the exact opposite of you. And yeah, that number may be skewed depending on people's, black women or black men, or, depending on your surroundings. That number may, in ratio, maybe flipped or flopped or skewed a little bit. But just the fact that it happens and it exists should be enough for you to say, you know what? Y'all right. You know what? Y'all right. Yeah. It may not be the number I think it is, or, it may not be as a high number as maybe you're presenting, or maybe, it don't. Basically, it don't have to be a fight. You could just say, you know what? Okay. And I'll do better. I'll continue to do better. And I'll try to help other black men do better too. That's all you got to say. But no, it has to be a fucking fight. And we have to get just as defensive as fucking white people. The very white people we talk about, when they go, not all white people, not all police, we do the exact fucking same shit. And niggas either, at this point, dudes either do it on purpose or they're willfully ignorant. Like, it's one of the two. It's no middle ground. It's no, well, I see your point, but I still don't believe it's not all black. No, it's no in between at this point. You either willfully, because nobody says all. Black, say the phrase, black men. Nobody put all. Yeah, you know what I mean? Nobody put all.
It's
And yes,
it's a
it's a
generalization.
generalization. It's a generalization, which you don't want to hear when it comes to white people or the police or when we're talking about racism. You don't want to hear that shit. Fine, cool, you shouldn't. But that shit work both ways. And at this point, niggas are either like they don't care or they're willfully obtuse. There's no in between. And for the record, both of them are bad.
Yeah, I hate a nigga I hate when a nigga bashes or talks down to a woman just because he can't get what he wants. If it doesn't benefit him in any way, shape, or form, oh, he got everything in the world to say. And that's sad to me. Very sad.
All of this shit sad, bro. Like, this is our 2-year anniversary, and normally the anniversary is supposed to be happy and shit, but like, honestly, it's no,
real with it.
it's no, like, I don't mind, you know, like, and I don't mean to bring Dan down and shit, but like,
oh, fucking blame Dan. 2016, it's a movement.
Hilarious. But like, if you, like, once again, this has been our 2-year anniversary. We're about to wrap up because we don't want to go over time. We don't want to go over 2 hours, but thank you so much for listening to our show. And like, if you've been following us and listening to us at any length, at any nauseam, you know that we don't shy away from topics like this, and we don't shy away from talking about shit like this because it's not enough of us that do. It's not enough of us that do, and it's not enough of us that do it for the right reasons. Not to be a special snowflake and not to think we're better than niggas, even though I do think I'm better than some niggas. But like, it's not enough people doing it for the right reasons, and it's not enough of us just doing it, period, in general. So we here at this show, while we try to keep this a funny show, and again, thank y'all for rocking with us for 2 years, but we also try to be serious. Like speaking of, and I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done. Like, being aware does not mean you can't laugh. Like, that's a big thing people think of when you think about, quote unquote, when they think of social justice, and they use social justice warrior as a pejorative, as if wanting equality is a bad thing, but you know, whatever. Like, people act like you can't have fun while trying to fight for equality. Like, the two aren't mutually exclusive. Like, it just means, hey, some shit just ain't cool no more. That's life. Like, that's common. Right. Again, that's common sense. Like, yeah, a few years ago, it was okay for you to call somebody a faggot. Well, it wasn't okay, but you know, it was ignorant, but we really didn't care. Now, people are more aware, people are more progressive. Calling somebody a faggot ain't cool. And you know what? What effort does that take? Like, what effort does it take for you not to call somebody something that's offensive? For you not to use a term that can be offensive to people? A new term like cis or cisgender. What does it cost you to learn a new term? Like, we talk so much shit about being educated and black folks being educated, but it's some shit that may not necessarily affect you, or some shit you deem as too, quote unquote, too woke. That shit goes out the motherfucking window real fucking fast, and it don't cost you shit. Like, seriously, say it with me. Cisgender. What's so hard about that? Transgender. What's so hard about that? Let's not treat transgender people like shit. What's so hard about that? Let's not treat LGBTQ people in general like shit, and hide it behind having a quote unquote right to have a fuck ass opinion. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about, hey, let's treat black women with respect the same way we want to be treated with respect by the police, by America, because of the color of our skin? How about we extend that to black women and fight for them like they fight for us? What's so hard about that? What's so hard about not calling women bitches and hoes and shit and all this other bullshit? What's so hard about that? What changes about you? And because, like, you can still listen to rap music. I still listen to rap music. Hell, I still use the word bitch myself, but I don't use that as an identifier for women. I don't just go around calling these bitches and these females and all this shit. It doesn't take you shit to be a decent human being. Like, all of this that you're pushing back against about learning, quote unquote, SAT words, quote unquote, and, you know, quote unquote complaining about trigger warnings and complaining about people being sensitive. It's not that hard to be like, you know what? Being a decent person is more important than a laugh. And you know what? Me being a decent person does not mean I can't laugh. It's just other shit that I have to laugh at. You know what I mean? Or if I laugh at some shit, know that, okay, it was fucked up. I found it funny, but I know it was fucked up. That's not that hard. That was the wrap it up clock, Dan.
I think that was the wrap it up clock.
All right, I'm done. I don't talk enough this episode. I'm done. Y'all take us out.
Hey, you done gave us a sermon.
Bro, on the hill,
what?
like Jeremy came straight off the mountain, like ready to fucking
right.
like
right.
ready to talk. And I get it, man. Like we delayed the show, and
this what happened when you spend damn near an hour trying to find parking at Starbucks. All right, I'm done. Take us out, y'all.
I was just waiting for some foolery, but my man came with it like, y'all gonna learn today. That's
right.
What's up.
I mean, we had a little bit of both. You know what I mean? So I mean, like it's cool and shit. Like this is one of our more, like Saved by the Bell used to do like the serious ass episode discussing like not abusing caffeine and shit like that. This was that episode for us. Yeah, happy anniversary and all that happy shit. Eat your cake and shut the fuck up. Y'all gonna learn today. So
basically.
All right. Well, again, on behalf of Classic Material and the host of the Podcast Network, thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking around and staying with this show as we've learned and grown and offered so much to the world at large. I like what we got going here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, we're net positive to the community and to all the listeners. I feel like our whole network really is that. Whether it be, getting your sports fix from Know the Score or the Gridiron Gals, whether it be getting your laugh on with the Bad Advice Show, whether it be, learning about, a couple new things, a couple informative shows we got. We got Beard Is and we got Riot. Chris Stevens, aka CJ Starchild, respectively, talk about things they're passionate about and things they love and things that's good to hear black voices on in general.
Yes.
So check those shows out. Mel, Beauty Jackson, our
my work boo.
Okay. Our second in command, the person who stops us to see is got Super Luscious going. You know what I'm saying? So get into that, get that in your life, and yeah, just fuck with the whole CSPN as a whole, man. Like we really got a lot of good things going on here. And Jeremy and we've long been proponents of more voices, and I feel like our shows collectively showcase a lot of voices with a lot of talent and a lot of meaningful messages and a lot of informative, things and a lot of ways to learn too. So fuck with us as a whole. This is your first time tuning in. Thank you very much. If it's your 92nd plus 2, plus 3. We did a couple 0.5s and we did the fantasy. So yeah, if you tuned in for one of those episodes, thank you again. So 95, I guess, would be at not counting wise, but this is episode
officially, 92. Yeah, like 95, 96, but
But this is episode number 92 officially.
Yes.
And yeah, no, I just really, I'm thankful to have y'all. Use the Chronic College hashtag, talk about the show.
Rate us on iTunes, wherever you find your podcast. Rate the whole network.
Yes, I was gonna bring a guest over to the show today, but this wasn't really the right show for that. So maybe next week I'll bring a guest around. You can go back and listen to some more episodes too. So
yes,
on SoundCloud, whatever. That's all I got.
Thank you, Chris, for joining us, my boy, my homie.
Hey, man.
Long time coming. And we're going to have you Niggas are sound effects.
Thank you. Like
no, I'm goofing off, man. No,
I really appreciate it. I really hope I do come back. I mean, hashtag can't ban the beige man. I'm just so serious about this. I'm so serious.
All right. Oh, okay.
Use that hashtag.
Hope next time.
Use that hashtag in conjunction with your comments about the show. If you down with having Chris back? I mean, if you don't, we still might have him back anyway.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, then we can talk, you know, we can have a little bit more fun, and we can get even more realer, because I shies away from no topic or any conversation. So, yeah, man, appreciate y'all. And I'm going to keep supporting.
You know, for the cheap seats, where they can find you, whether it be on Twitter or elsewhere.
At mine, Mr. Cole on Twitter. I still fuck with my Instagram a little bit, whatever. And I even got Snapchat.
Shit.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I need to start snapping more, but I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I be creeping on that joint, you know, just like all these other dudes out here. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there. But yeah, that's all. But yeah, just mine, Mr. Cole, and Twitter. I don't be on Facebook like that because Facebook is the devil.
Say no to Facebook.
Say no to Facebook, please. Please. Only true heroes under God be on Facebook.
Get pissed off, man.
So yeah, that's all I got, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get ready for more of these sound effects too, because your boy got a new laptop, and as long as I'm running this shit now, might be some sound effects up in the mix. So,
And
bloop.
And what we just heard was white people.
Man.
Oh shit.
All right.
Most carefree people in the world are white chicks going to the club. The most carefree people in the world.
Man. Well, all right. That has been Chronic Collards episode 92, our anniversary episode. Again, rate us, comment, find us on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you find good podcasts. Rate our show, rate the whole network. Leave us feedback. Use the hashtag Crown and Collards or Can't Ban the Beige Man. This has been, I am Jeremy. He is Dan. We have been joined by Chris.
Beige Man.
Yes. As always, be a greater hoe, not a hater hoe. Classic.
Yes.
Take us out.
Free Ghost.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap, man. Thanks for listening to Banana Cube. Be up next week. Peace.